Hello again, our recap on Georgie and Mandy today. I stayed with the guys until they concluded that bleaching all of Fred's tow vehicles would solve their issues. Just why? How beneficial was it? After Fred fixed them, they would return to outcompeting him. Additionally, as demonstrated by the emergency call he received while already on a tow, Georgie lacks the staffing to manage all of Fred's business. In order to damage Fred's trucks, the men were breaking into his yard in the middle of the night. The only things that happened were that Rueben had to outrun a barking dog on the way out and took a moment to climb the fence on the way in. That entire Connie plotline on Young Sheldon Season 7 was awful enough, so I'm not saying this should have concluded with them being arrested. However, Fred's visit to their shop the next day, which was far too late, was the only actual repercussion the boys faced. There ought to have been some amazing physical comedy if there weren't any actual stakes. Though they should make sense for the characters, situations can be performed for laughs. Physical humor and irrational behavior are not things I detest. After all, I'm a major admirer of I Love Lucy. However, regardless of how bizarre the scenario Lucy and Ethel found themselves in, it followed a certain logic that Georgie and Ruben's experience here did not. We needed something more than Rueben attempting to climb a fence while a dog pulled at his pants leg. Again, I'm an I Love Lucy fan, and nothing compares to that. Something more dramatic, though I'm not sure exactly what. We at least deserved something that made us giggle uncontrollably if we had to put up with this foolishness. I'm irritated because Georgie and Mandy shouldn't be having major issues due of this stupid secret. Naturally, Mandy already had issues because she believed Georgie was having an affair, but what was she to think when he was lying, being reticent, and taking a ton of showers every day? Not to add that even before he started sneaking into Fred's yard, he didn't think he could trust her to solve the tire shop's financial issues. I hope that none of this is irreparable. We are aware that the marriage will eventually fail, but there is now no reason for it to do so, and Georgie appeared to be reconsidering after speaking with Jim. My favorite scene from Georgie and Mandy's first marriage Season 2 Episode 4 was that exchange. I fell deeply in love with this show because of its heart. It wasn't foolish just to be foolish. It wasn't irrational, overblown gibberish. Jim was merely attempting to assist Georgie in making a decision while the two men bonded over problems at the tire store. Naturally, I'm not sure I agreed with the majority of Jim's recommendations. Even though he had done similar things with Audrey, it didn't mean that keeping secrets was the appropriate thing to do, particularly if it was undermining Mandy's trust. Jim, you're a decent man. Georgie, I don't feel like a decent man. Jim, you're a decent man, that's why. I was hoping that Jim's last remarks, which I adored, would persuade Georgie to change his ways before he caused more harm. I also enjoyed the idea of Rueben attending dinner, and Mandy and Georgie's disagreement about whether he gets more country when he lies was a fantastic running joke throughout the episode. Connor's offer to give up his position at the counter and seat at the table to make room for the visitor was the kind of absurd humor that was genuinely amusing, and Audrey treated him more like family than Georgie. Georgie's dance rendition of the balloon mascot was very entertaining. But in the 1990s, did they really not have those? These days, they're so commonplace that it's strange to consider them a radical or strange addition to the tire store. Thank you for watching our recap. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more videos.